Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you're returning. I flipped that around. But anyway, a lot of you guys say that you watch like all my videos, and I'm like, I don't even watch all my videos. Like, have you seen my editing? No focus. Nothing makes sense on this platform, but thank you for returning every time. Today, we're gonna do Spiked Seltzer review. I'm upset. This is a brand that I liked for a while and rebranded for some reason. Like, what was the issue? No problems, but they decided to rebrand. The flavors are different. The alcohol percentage is different. We're just going to kind of critique the shit out of them. So, I'm not a professional sommelier. There's like a beer sommelier, there's a champagne sommelier, there's a wine sommelier, but I don't know if there's anything for a spiked seltzer. I just like to drink, and I like drinking carbonated things that are gonna rot my teeth slowly. So if you want to see me review some spiked seltzers, then please keep on watching. If you're enjoying this intro so far, then subscribe to me. I'm mostly a makeup channel, but I've been doing a lot of different things here and there, like obviously this. I kind of like to do everything. Primarily this is a makeup channel. I already had a beer before this, so we're just off to a great start, but I did have a nice lunch of rice and beans today. The good old homestead.
I went for a lesbian casual look today.
But I think all the lesbians have left the chat by now. How are we feeling about the lip? I did this thing where I just went all the way across instead of a bow shape.
And I think I look like a whore.
But I can't tell if it's good or not, so just let me know. I don't know, I'm feeling some type of fantasy today. I don't know what type of vibe I was going for. Anyway, let's just get on with it. So, if you'd like to see my Spiked Seltzer / Bon and VIV review, then please keep on watching. Are we glad that I brought back the 3-minute long intros? Or no? Okay, so we're just gonna get right into it. So, a little bit of background. Spiked Seltzer, it was literally called Spiked Seltzer. That was the brand name. 2 mermaids hanging out, and it was kind of like, who's this? Who's that guy? They kind of just came onto the alcohol market. They were like the OG, really, of spiked seltzers for me. Like, I had never heard of these before until my cousin actually got some from this brand and was like, hey, you want a sip? And I was like, yeah, I want a sip. Like, any alcohol, give it to me. And I saw 6% alcohol by volume, and I was like, fuck me up, fam. So I really enjoyed it. I liked the flavor. They had a bunch of different ones. Now, I think in the middle of last year, or the later half of last year, I don't think it was earlier than that, because I was sipping on these things for a long time. Even all the way back in my Pixie review video, I was drinking one, the Valencia orange one, but they decided to rebrand, and so they went from the name Spiked Seltzer to Bon and VIV to represent the 2 mermaids that they had as their like mascot logo. They rebranded like the way that their logo looked and everything like that, so everything was different, but they changed their flavors up like a lot, and they introduced some new ones. They got rid of some old ones. They combined 1 or 2, I guess you could say. But that was not it, Chief. I was just already pissed, and then I actually went on their Facebook page, their official Facebook page, where I saw all these little ads and commercials and stuff like that on my feed because I talked about them so much, because, you know, the aliens are listening. I call it aliens, obviously it's AI, but like, anything can be an alien these days. We're not discriminatory. We can identify how we want, right? So yeah, they listened through my phone, and so I got a bunch of Bon and VIV ads, and then I see on their page that everyone's like,
why'd you get rid of the 6%?
Like, these comments were fuming. They were more aggressive than I was, to be honest. So I was reading this and I was like, what? They got rid of the 6%? And so it went from the 6% ABV. I'm saying ABH because I'm like, Anastasia Beverly Hills. So the ABV went from 6% to 4.5. That's like a juice, okay? Like lemonade, bitch. Like, that's what 4.5 ABV is for me. I was very offended. It was offensive to my culture as an Irish woman, as an American. Like, I was just really not into it, and I was very upset. So there's actually an Instagram page that's like, we are the 6%. It's really funny, also like low-key problematic, but it's fine. So it's just a bunch of people that are basically just arguing about the 6% going down to 4.5 for them. So there's just a lot of drama here. Now, I don't know if the original ones are still available, because I was literally at my aunt's house the other day, and my same cousin brought over the original Spiked Seltzer flavors, the original branding and everything like that, and the 6%, and I was like, What black market did you go to? I do see that when you go to the grocery store that they actually do have some cases of it, so I don't know if they're just like they had that limited stock and they're just like getting rid of the rest of it, but you can find it here and there. I don't know. I hope that in the future I could still get the 6% one because that one's clearly better. I mean, we haven't tried these flavors out. This is mostly going to be testing out the flavors and seeing how I feel about them because they're very new and very unique. You'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. Sorry for the long thing, but there's just like a lot of lore involved with these spiked seltzers, and I just felt like I had to get on top of that and let you guys know the outrage. But like, let's get into it. So this is the packaging. Oh, shit's heavy. So this is what it looks like. Bon and Viv, you got your two little mermaids there hanging out. They're like lovely little lesbians. We're just gonna let them do what they gotta do. And yeah, this is what it looks like. I think that it's the same size. It's a 12-ounce can. I don't think that the other ones were any bigger or any less. There's no sugar in these, which is very notable because a lot of other spiked seltzer brands, they do have sugar in them. So that's a plus. And also they're only 90 calories. So they've always been like that too. I don't know if like there's a difference in like the calorie per se, but they've been low cal, and I think that that's really good too because when you drink like a beer or anything like that, even a wine, there's like a lot of calories in it and it's also empty calories. But yeah, so it's just like a nice neat little drink that you could have like midday, you know, after bottomless mimosas and you still want to get lit for the evening. You could just have these and they're great for like parties and things like that because you don't have to drink that much of it to get messed up. I'll just be honest with that, you know? It's a nice little mixer too. It's, you know, a seltzer, flavored seltzer, so you can mix it with any type of vodka that you want, flavored vodka. You could do tequila, like any really like fresh hard liquor you can mix it with and just, you know, have a good time. You can mix it with juice. It's just like a good all-around drink. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed with the changes that they're making. So the flavors that are in here are the cranberry, the pear elderflower, the Clementine Hibiscus, and the grapefruit. What are those flavors? Like, am I the only one who's like, what the hell? You know, the cranberry is the cranberry and the grapefruit's the grapefruit. Those haven't really changed, but they went from a Valencia orange to Clementine Hibiscus, which I'm drinking a flower now. And then the same thing with the pear elderflower, and they tricked me because it's green and my favorite flavor is the lime, second to that being the lemon. Now the lime is like the best one because I'm a lime girl, but they switched it to the pear elderflowers, so like they got rid of that. However, when you go to their website, you see that they have a drink that's the lemon and lime flavor. They combine them like it's a freaking Sprite. I don't enjoy that. You know what? Because like lemon, she just wants to be separated from lime. Their relationship was good, but they just had too much in common and they needed to separate. And you know what? They were doing really well. And then someone was like, you guys should get back together. And then they did that. Bon and Viv just are not lesbian allies and I just don't agree with it. So they really messed up on a lot of these flavors in my opinion. Like, what am I gonna do? Drink flowers now? Is this where we're at? So we're just gonna crack this baby open and... Alright, let's open this up. Let's get these boys out first. So this is the cranberry. This is the pear elderflower, Clementine hibiscus, and then another OG, the grapefruit. At least, at the very least, we'll enjoy the cranberry and the grapefruit, even though those are actually like my two least favorite from the like variety packs that I would get. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try the originals, the cranberry and the grapefruit, because I know what those taste like, so I'll see how much different it actually tastes. It still is clear, like the spiked seltzers are all clear. Definitely a stronger scent. It smells like a juice. Also, it's gluten-free. Alright, let's go. You know how people are like, oh, LaCroix, it tastes like a flavor just shouted at you from the other room? Imagine if like the flavor punched you in the nose and went like into your brain and then you took a sip of seltzer water. That's what this tastes like. Like the scent and the overall like note of it is so intense that you think that you're drinking cranberry juice, like straight cranberry juice, but then when you take a sip of it, it doesn't taste anything like cranberry juice. It just tastes like plain seltzer water. What type of shit is the government doing? This is just It's like when you make a mixed drink and then you put like a splash of cranberry at the end. I don't know, there was this tweet that was like, cranberry juice tastes like it wants to be alcohol, but it's too shy. That's what this tastes like, exactly like it, except it's carbonated. Now listen, I don't hate it, but it's just very different from the original flavor. Like, the thing with the OG spiked seltzers is that they had the hint of the flavor, but it wasn't so pronounced. It was kind of just like something that hits you at the end on your tongue. This is like, it hits you and then it disappears and then it hits you again. Like, I feel like the original one's really good because they kept all the flavors very subtle. It has like that bitter taste too of like a regular seltzer water, violent water, you know what I mean? I'm very disappointed. I mean, I was predicting it, but I didn't expect it to actually come to fruition, you know? Let's move on to the next one. Let's get to the grapefruit so I could stop being depressed. Maybe this one will be better. Maybe it'll be like the same kind. At least I know what to expect, but who knows? Each of these could be different. So here we go. Grapefruit. All right. Oh, she's grapefruit. Okay. So grapefruit's really bitter. I like grapefruit, but I'm wondering if this is going to have any sweetness to it because the last one didn't, and cranberries are that same, like, are we a fruit? So bottoms up.
Not bad.
It's kind of like that same, like, oh, you smell it, punches you in the face, take a sip, flavor's gone, flavor reappears. I think it's just like another one of those things that I'm pointing out here where it's just like, it just tastes like a LaCroix. Like, it just tastes like water that's spicy. That's it. And it has like that background note. They're like pretending to be juice, but they're not. And it's really annoying. You know what I noticed? It says just right 4.5% ABV.
That isn't right at all.
That's not even close to right. Like, if you were 5%, okay, maybe we could talk. 4.5? Like, that's juice. And they know it, and that's why everything tastes like juice or like something pretending to be juice. I will say, though, that this one tastes more similar to the original flavor. It's just a little, it's like too intense, you know? Because, like I said, the original spiked seltzers were very light and airy. And you know what? I hate to be like harping on it and like comparing, but really that's what this is because I know that I liked these flavors, like the cranberry and the grapefruit. I know I liked them, but I don't like this version of them, and I don't like the way that it's too aromatic. It's like the flavor is just sitting on my tongue, and I don't really enjoy that. That wasn't something that I got with the originals, and I just want it to be the same. Like, if they rebranded, fine. If they went to the 4.5, fine, but the taste is just not doing it for me either. I didn't think that it would be that significant, but it is, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know, I'm just a little disappointed. But now I think we're gonna have a clean slate because we have the other two flavors that are new, so I'll have a different interpretation of them and I'll be able to judge on my own what they taste like. So we're gonna do the Clementine Hibiscus now. This one, it used to be the Valencia orange flavor, so they just changed it. Clementines I know a little bit sweeter than oranges, which is saying something because oranges are really sweet, but they do have a little bit of tartness to them as well. If you've ever had a cutie or a halo from the grocery store, then kind of know what it tastes like. It's like an orange that is growing up. Not quite adolescent, not quite teenager, but, you know, a toddler. Like, they're still high on life. You know what I mean? Like, they still have hope for their future. I'm hoping that this will be good, but we'll see. It smells nice. It smells refreshing. It doesn't have that overpowering scent that the other ones had. Why didn't they just do that with the other ones? Maybe this will be good. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know what to say about this one. I think the hibiscus at the end is really throwing me off here. This is like if you went to like an orange tree, picked an orange off, and then also ate the leaf that was on the tree with it, but it had like too much pesticide on it, and then you had to go to the hospital. Like, that's what this tastes like. I'm very confused by this. It's like the hibiscus hits you first, and granted, I don't know what the hell hibiscus tastes like, but I know it does not taste like a clementine. That's all I'm going off of right now. So it's like the hibiscus like hits you first, and then it's like the notes of clementine, but it really just tastes more like an orange. Like, it's not that like unique clementine flavor. Like, it tastes like orange juice that's like a little too, like, she hasn't gotten enough sugar, she's been on a diet, she's not happy with her life or her figure, so she's cutting back, and so it's not really as flavorful as you want it to be. And she thinks that putting like a little bit of flour inside of herself would make her a little bit happier, but it's really not. That was I don't know. I'm not very excited about the next one, especially since they took away my favorite flavor to replace it with whatever the fuck that combination is, but that one was It was more on par with the spiked seltzer, like original type of flavor scenario that we had going on. Like it had like the subtle flavor and it hits you at the end. So that's good. It wasn't that intense, but then once again, it's like the flavor combo is throwing me off and it just doesn't taste that good, I have to say. All right, we're on to the last one. I'm so excited. It's been going great so far. So this one is the last one. It is a Pearl. Maybe I am a little fucked up. Maybe the 4.5% was a scam this whole time. Pear Elderflower. When I think of elderflower, I think of tea. When I think of pear, I think of something that is trying to be an apple but missed the meaning on the texture and just dropped the ball on the flavor, went a little bit too muted down, and so they're not officially an apple. That's just what I think of as a pear. So I can only imagine how the flavor is gonna be. But I'm more worried about the elderflower because like, I'm not a tea fan, and I know it's like good and has like antioxidants and like blah 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 blah. Cold season. Cold season is over. Can we just get to the drinking, please? The Pear Elderflower out here smelling like a Jolly Rancher. It smells like a green apple Jolly Rancher. That's really saying something that this smells like that and it's not even apple. I don't know, man. We'll see. The elderflower is a little, she's out here. It's not bad. It has more of that Jolly Rancher flavor to it actually, but it's like not 100% delicious. However, it's good that it's more on like the subtle notes than full intense Jolly Rancher soda. You know what I mean? But this one, I don't know. I'm really into it actually. I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought this was going to be the worst flavor. And of course I just hated it because they got rid of my lime. This is a solid flavor. It's like the elderflower it hits you first just like the hibiscus did, but it kind of goes away into a nice pleasant taste, you know, as opposed to like the clementine. At least this one ends on something that resonates with like my childhood. At least we get alcoholic beverages that taste like our favorite treats, right? I just don't understand why it tastes more like an apple than a pear. Like, did I not just go through my whole diatribe about how pears want to be an apple so bad? But then Bon and Viv were just like, let's just make it apple. I'm over here drinking way too much of it. I need to calm down. Okay, wrapping up my thoughts before I fucking pass out. Listen, they might be 4.5, but I just pretty much had 4 of them. So okay, so let's just get into the nitty-gritty, alright? So, they made some points, not a lot, a decent amount. I'm glad we ended on a good note, but overall, I am very disappointed in the directions that they're going with their flavors. Like, they kind of screwed up the original flavors, at least 2 out of the 4, the cranberry and the grapefruit being those 2 that I tried. I don't know. Those 2, they just kind of screwed up for me. As far as like their new flavors, I think they're kind of getting there. One was a hit, one was a miss. So I think that they need to reevaluate that. Obviously, they're the chemists, they're the guys, but also like I'm their consumer. And if I don't like it, I don't like it. You know, I'm not really a fan of the incorporation of the flowers into it. I feel like they should just stick with simple flavors, you know, fruits primarily. I think that if they go in that direction and just have a very muted down flavor, then it could be a great drink to mix with things. And they could please customers who just want a subtle note, that don't want it to be too overly dramatic on their palate, because you want something that's going to go with the stuff that you eat, that isn't going to be too overpowering. Kind of like wine and kind of like beer. You want something that's not going to be too dramatic on the palate. So I think that they need to edit a little bit. Just feel like they kind of missed the mark with, you know, trying to do too creative of flavors, that they kind of dropped the ball. When it comes to the cranberry, I think I'm gonna have to give that one like a 4 out of 10. I know it's really low, but I was just not into that. It was just too much of a punch of cranberry, and I liked that the original spiked seltzer was more subtle. This one was just too much, and it really took away from the light airiness of spiked seltzer for me, especially that cranberry flavor. So that one's a 4 out of 10. And then the grapefruit one, I'm going to give that one a 6 out of 10. Once again, not terrible, but not the OG that I know. A little bit too intense on the grapefruit flavor. Grapefruit's a really hard flavor to get right. It's a little bit too intense for some people. And I think it was too intense for me, and I'm a grapefruit lover. So when it comes to the Clementine Hibiscus, Hibiscus, I'm gonna have to give that a 3 out of 10. Really bad. Not a good structure of flavors, notes, not really that good. Hibiscus, I don't feel like pairs very well with the Clementine in my flavor palette. It was just too much of an overpowering flower taste. And then the Clementine just really tasted like an orange. There was no significant difference in flavor. And then when it comes to the Pear Elderflower, 7 out of 10. Definitely was the best one that I tasted. Not incredible. And once again, it tasted more like an apple than the traditional pear. And that's that. Spiked Seltzer, I'm sorry, but you dropped the ball on the rebranding a little bit. It's not awful, but it's not incredible. I think you could have done a lot different stuff, and you probably should have maintained some things. Overall, this was kind of a fail for me. You're making some points, just not really strong ones. So if you guys did like this video, please give me a thumbs up. You enjoyed my review. Leave me some comments down below, maybe some flavors that you tried that I haven't tried, how you feel about them, because even though this is a variety pack, they can't give me everything. Subscribe to my channel if you didn't in the beginning of this video. I would love to have you around, and then I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.